I'm Jon Durrant, head coach down at Cobra Gym in London, Victoria. Today we're going to cover the tuck, numerous ways of using the tuck, maybe numerous ways of messing someone's tuck up. I've got Newman Hussain with me today. He trains down here. He's the top ABA boxer with London regional titles. So we're going to cover the tuck today. So a lot of coaches I've worked with, especially, and I've worked with a lot of world-class coaches, they've all shown me a different way of doing the tuck. But I'm going to show you the way that I like to do it. Okay. So, you know, when you watch a lot of sports, they tend to use their apparatus that they might use to their sport to their advantage. I like to do the same with my gloves. So a lot of people will do a tuck where they have their hands like this and their hands are on the top of their head, kind of like this. But I don't really like to do that. For me, I find it easier to try and open my glove out as much as I can. For me, just opening my glove out gives me an extra inch in defense from the top of my head all the way down to my body. So when I have my tuck, essentially, all I do is get that little dip down from my elbow to my hip, but my hand is still here. As opposed to if I were to have it here, see, I've just given it maybe an inch. In this game, inches is key, you know? So when I tuck, I have both hands open, I put my fingertips on the top of my forehead, and I actually put the pressure on my fingertips, and I look through the middle here, and I don't have my elbows here, I have my elbows in here, okay? And I look through this little peephole here, and I feel very comfortable. When the hooks come here, if I had hair, I'd slick back my hair, just to get the glove and the bicep to the hook. But the other thing I do as well, is as I slick back the hair, I bring my elbow through center line. So if he tries to here, see if I counter his left hook here, and I bring my elbow across by your right hand, see the elbow just protects me from that counter right hand, as opposed to having the hand here, for your left hook, having the hand here, and he goes through the middle, so this side, having my hand here, and then he goes through the middle and hits me here, as opposed to having my elbow across, and then the elbow helps protect me here, okay? So that's one of the things I like to do on my tuck. So when I tuck as well, here, I'm nice and tight. I sit down on my legs here. When I see him go to the body, my elbows are pretty much already here. I like to have my elbows in here. As long as my legs are bent and I'm fairly straight on my back and I look through the middle, I can see what he's doing. So he goes to try his left to the body. All I do is just that little dip, so my elbow goes to here. He switches, goes right to the body. My elbow's pretty much already there. As opposed to if I was here and I have my guard here, I've got quite a way to go down. And you know, if they're half decent, I'm not going to see some of the body shots. Sometimes they'll be here, they'll arm a body shot. You don't even see the arm of the body shot. You know, if they're in close again and they're rolling here, boom, I don't see those body shots sometimes, you know. So for me, opening gloves out as much as you can is important. With just different gloves will open out a certain amount. But the more malleable your gloves are, obviously, the more they'll open out. So that's one of the things we do in a tuck. So if I fight someone who I see maybe doesn't necessarily do that, and they tuck with the contour of their glove like this, so just tuck that in. So Newman's tucks like this with the contour of his glove here, okay? I feel that once the glove gets sweaty, this contour here on your forehead really isn't going to stick too well, you know, because it's kind of curved. It's a shape that traditionally moves, you know, a kind of half circle on a flat surface which is sweaty moves quite a lot. So if I see someone do that and I'm in with them here, what I like to do is little pulls off the tuck. Just move their hand out the way a little bit. Move their hand out the way a little bit. When you watch someone like Lomachenko, you'll see him do both gloves, boom, in here. A little bit of glove manipulation in the tuck goes a long way. When you watch someone like Bernard Hopkins will get into you here, start playing with your elbows, you know, start shifting your elbows across here, you know. So manipulation in the tuck is really good, but if your tuck isn't that great, it makes it easier and easier for someone just to start manipulating your gloves and just moving you a little bit from inside tuck to outside tuck here, you know. So a good way that we like to drill the tuck, which is nothing new, is maybe Newman throws 4 shots at me, and I tuck and I throw 4 shots at Newman. So he throws 4, and then straight away he's tucked, I throw 4. and we just watch everything as we throw these shots. Straight away we go to this tuck. As soon as I finish punching, I go to this punch. Now when I punch in the tuck, a lot of people as well quite rudimentary mistakes. I'll say, okay, you're tucked, now punch. They'll open up to here and punch from here. Got to be aware that you punch in the tuck here. As I punch with one hand, the other hand should come back to some kind of defense rather than opening both hands up, which is quite a beginnerish kind of mistake to make. So be very careful when you're in here on the tuck and you're punching that your hands go straight back to a tuck. And as you punch, the other hand is close as you punch. Okay, so that was a tuck. Thanks for watching. For more about myself, you can go to jondurranttraining.com. For more videos, you can go to the Warrior Collective.